Boom. Is it happening? Is it going down? Is it happening? Hey! Halle Berry. Oh, you got the hat today. I see you.
No,
What's that? You got new growth? Is that new growth?
Can't nobody do the hair in quarantine.
Oh, I know. My situation is like I have to get that. I know. It's just not. This is not what I'm used to. It's not what I'm used to. It's not what I'm used to. I'm looking very dusty. Is this your first live?
This is my first live.
Wow, yep. I'm honored.
Yep.
You're used to being a first. You're used to the first. We have some firsts. You know,
but I'm not used to being this far from you. Like
I know. I'm like hugging you from afar. I know. I miss you. I love you. I send you voice notes all the time.
I like the voice notes better than text messages.
I know,
Send me the voice notes. I like the voice notes.
It's quicker. I have so much to say.
I know.
I be having things to say, Hallie. You know what's crazy though? As I knew you were coming on with me, I was thinking about this, and I was like, "Wow, you still hold the title. You are still the only Black woman to have won an Oscar for Best Lead Actress in a Motion Picture." How does that like? I was thinking about it in my mind, and I have to remind people when I tell people that they're like, "No, you're wrong, and I'm like, "No, I'm not. I know. And it was an important moment for me in my life. I remember seeing it, and I was like, "There's nothing I can't do." I was very emotional. I cried. It was like a whole thing, and obviously, you had such a huge impact on my life, but I just am curious to do you ever think about that? Does that ever come to your mind sometimes? Are you like, what the fuck?
It comes to my mind a lot. And I think the reason we don't realize it's been so much time is because there's so many other women who are worthy that stand behind me or stand next to me that we all know. So it seems like they have won, and they have won so many other awards. So like they should have, and I'm disheartened by that, because that night I swore nobody couldn't have told me that wasn't opening a huge door and all these women were going to walk through behind me. So that didn't happen often makes me question the real significance of the night. For me was great for me, but if it didn't really, incite change, then really what was it for? I struggle with that a lot. I'm really disheartened. I'm really disheartened by it. But at the same time, here's what I also know.
Yeah.
Awards aren't anything. Awards are not measures of success.
Right.
They're really not. You
know
what I mean? So I keep that in mind too, because I only got one, and it doesn't mean my whole career hasn't been, worthy, or every film that I've done hasn't been important because I only won an award for that one. You know what I mean? Or that award for that one. So I think we're also evolving into a society that's not putting so much attention on awards.
Yeah.
We're thinking and we're deciding what is good for ourselves. We're not necessarily relying on groups like that to tell us anymore what's worthy. We're learning how to tell ourselves what's worthy and validating ourselves a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, somebody could argue. I mean, you were validated by the community, by us before that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had been validated. It was almost a sort of like, oh, okay, this is sort of where we are. Just to jump back a little bit into Boomerang, I asked Brittany the question: do you take solo trips? Do you go on solo trips or no?
Oh yeah.
You do? I haven't done it. I would feel, is it not weird? Are you like, do I talk to somebody? Like, what do I?
It's amazing. You know what? You can talk to somebody if you want to. You don't have to talk to anybody if you don't want to. And it's such a way to recharge. So you don't have children.
No, not yet.
And you're going to realize the value of solo trips. You're going to be looking for those solo trips.
True story.
Just to like have some me time and, sort your brain out and, do some things that affirm yourself, for yourself, by yourself, with yourself. When you have children, your whole focus becomes, rightfully so, your children. They come first, as they should. So if you take a little solo trip, you can put yourself first and not feel guilty about putting yourself first because you're all alone. And the way you explore places alone is very different than when you're with children or even when you're with a partner.
That's true.
to spend your days the way you want to spend your days. So
that's true.
And I've also been on a solo trip because I ended up on a solo trip. I didn't start on a solo trip, but I ended up on a
that
solo
sounds
trip.
like tea. That sounds like tea. But it's cool.
That's some tea.
That's some tea.
And
We'll
that's
do that.
good too.
Oh, okay. Here's the deal. It's interesting because it brings me to this conversation I had with an actress who I won't say who it was because she is known, but she was talking about questioning whether she was meant to be partnered or solo in her life. And she's someone who has been married before. She's no longer, but she was like, and it was interesting about, and I'm actually currently trying to write a movie about that. But I'm curious because, again, I have not been on a solo trip. You just solo trip. But in terms of life, is that something? I know you like, oh, we don't lie. But I'm just like, seriously, like, and but it's like, is that like, and maybe that's why I have a weird stigma about it, about like not going on a solo trip. And that's the society shit, mind you. Obviously, I love my feelings. I don't give a fuck.
You're afraid of how you'll be perceived because you're on a solo trip? Like, what are you saying?
I'm saying I for some reason would be uncomfortable. I would be uncomfortable being on a solo trip. I feel.
Are you uncomfortable being alone normally?
Now you're getting deep.
You started it.
I know. Sometimes. But I do appreciate the solo time because also I think being a writer, I do spend a lot of time by myself.
Yeah.
But when I'm by myself writing, I'm busying myself and I'm listening to the characters' voices and things like that. But I think it's true. I think I maybe do feel more comfortable with company.
But but you know what? I think the gift is, and this is something that comes with age.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself the gift of your own company.
Mm-hmm.
Of your own company.
Mm-hmm.
And you can start it by maybe taking a short trip, like take a weekend trip.
Right.
You don't have to look at it as I'm going to take a real vacay, like a week-long trip or a 2-week trip, or go to Paris, like the character in Boomerang.
Right.
Like, start by taking little trips and seeing how that feels. I promise you will start to enjoy that time and being with yourself and having your company be the most important company.
Can I ask you, do you feel like you learn more when you're solo or than when you're with other people or like really precious company? Because not just anybody being around.
Yeah. Precious company. Like, I've learned a lot being with my children. Since I became a mother, my perspective on so many things changed.
Right.
They are the best company for me right now. And when I divorced Macio's dad, I've been pretty alone by myself for almost going on 3 years now.
But decidedly though, like
decidedly so.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I have decided to take time because I really didn't. I would go. I'm very much like a relationship-oriented person. I always want to be with someone.
Same.
Right? And I decided, you know what? I'm going to slow my roll. I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to spend time with me. And it's been so great that I think I might stay like this.
I mean, I don't know. D Nice might try to, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. I didn't want to get into that. You know what I'm saying? That's. I'll send you a voice note about that. Post live.
So silly.
Yeah, but when you came to that conclusion, so to speak, did you have a time? Were you in your mind like, okay, I want to give myself this amount of time, or were you just like, you know what, I'm gonna just see what happens?
I knew I was gonna take at least a year, 1 whole year.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 whole year. And 1 year led to 2 years, and 2 years is now leading to 3 years. But and I'm fine because the next relationship I decide to, get into, I think I will have a better chance at attracting and choosing what's right for me because I've taken this time to really think more clearly about what's important to me, the kind of person that would be important to me. And I no longer feel the need for a relationship, so I don't feel the need to rush or to accept something that's not totally right for me. Not that anything's wrong with anybody I've been with, but you're not always matched. And I'm
right.
I have a hard time finding my match. I'm going to wait for my match, or I will stay solo and be with my kids and do my life the way I'm doing it.
I love it. I'll ask you a real deal Holyfield conversation. Question. Do you feel like, is it smart or not smart to go from one relationship right into a new one?
Not smart.
Not
smart.
Okay. What do you feel like for you person? Okay, no, I'm not gonna say that. You go. You give me the wisdom.
No, it's not smart.
Okay.
After every, I don't own the truth.
No. Yeah, I'm genuinely, I'm asking you, like, just on some real curious shit. Yeah.
I only own my truth, and what my truth has taught me is it's not a good idea, because at the end of a relationship, there's so much healing that needs to take place, you know. You need to understand what the breakdown of that relationship was. Look at yourself, take ownership, put ownership where it belongs.
Yes.
Think through what happened, your part in it, and in order to make a different choice and have a different outcome next time, you really have to think through it. And I haven't always been great at that. That's why I'm saying that I feel confident the next time I get in a relationship, I know I'll make a much better choice. I'll attract the right. More of the right match, you know, closer to the right match.
Right.
So I do think you have to have time after a breakup, and you have to reflect, and you don't want to, you jump too quickly. It's sort of a rebound. If you're just jumping in because you don't want to be alone, are you really making the right choice for you? Or are you just filling a void, you know? And whenever you're choosing a partner because you're filling a void, which I've done in my life, it's a recipe for disaster. That doesn't have longevity. It's not anything real and substantive, so no.
No, I hear you. It's interesting. I feel like you've had and continue to have so many life experiences, like, that you just personally go through, that I think is the reason why in your performances, because you play so many different kind of women that walk through the world very differently. Would you attribute that to the fact that you really do live? You really seem like to be a person, just from where I'm standing and experiencing you, you're not afraid to live life victoriously. Even if you kind of stumble or trip or fall here and there. No, but I feel like that is what makes you such a palpable actress. Obviously, there's something about you that touches people. Because I really want to be very clear here. I think that people can get lost in your aesthetic and think, oh yeah, of course, that's why she's great. But it's like, but I've seen performances that you've given, whether it be Alexander Haley's Queen, you know, all the way to Jungle Fever, all the way to Losing Isaiah, you know, I mean, there's so many layers to you. Is that because of the way you live your life? Is because you have these things to draw from so much from your actual life that you're bringing it to your performances?
I think so.
Somebody saying Babs. Yes, Babs as well. Yes, okay. I was going more on the dramatic. Like, don't forget Babs though.
Hey, Babs.
Shout out to Robert Townsend. Shout out to Robert Townsend. Come on.
Babs and Natalie Desselle. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said for that. I have had some really wonderful and crazy life experiences. This is true. And I think part of those experiences are, you know, each one sort of makes my well a little bit deeper. So you're right. When you have to recall these different emotions, I have a well that feels really deep. And I think part of that is having the freedom to always stay curious and be childlike. I've always had a ability to be childlike and be curious about other people and about the world. And I've always been able to say, okay, I screwed up. I messed up there. But oh well, you just put on your big girl panties, get up, and keep it stepping, you know? Nothing has to derail you when you make mistakes. And we all make mistakes. That's why we're here, right? We have to work our way through mistakes. So I think that I've made a lot of my mistakes out loud in front of everybody, you know?
That is not fun. Okay. Yeah, that's a lesson I'm like living. Well, even the interesting thing, I don't even know if I would call certain things mistakes, really, but just more about you're living your life.
Yeah.
You're doing the things that other human beings do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and sometimes they're mistakes, but mistakes are okay.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
You know, like sometimes I've done something and after the fact I thought, no, that was messed up. I really should not have done that. Like,
I get that.
That was a mistake. And sometimes I say, you know what? I was just doing me, and that happened, and I failed. Oh well. But sometimes I knew I made a mistake. You know what I mean? So there is but even mistakes are okay. You know, that's how we grow, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what's interesting? I got to befriend Reginald Hudlin, who I love and I'm obsessed with. Who people don't know that name. You should know the name, but anyway, he directed Boomerang. But he told me. I asked him. I said, "Give me some stories, man. Give me some stories about Boomerang." He kind of came to the office and sort of blessed us, and he told me about your audition. He told me about your audition.
What did he say, Ryan?
Well, he said obviously it was great. It was great, but he said you were so in the moment that you actually like. I think it was I think you had to like slap Eddie and like you like walked out, but you slapped him and you walked out of the audition room. He was like, she just like left. We were like, okay, all right, and I was like, wow. I was like, I love it. He was like, she was like this from like day one. But the thing, and I'd love to hear your, and I know we got you for maybe like 10 more minutes. I'd love to hear your perspective on that audition. But what I also love, everybody loves Boomerang because it's a fucking classic fucking movie. But the thing I love about it the most is that you are like this, like you are hiding in plain sight from us as the audience. We are not thinking you gonna get with Marcus, and I think that's what's so special about that movie because you do such a beautiful job of putting us in Marcus's shoes. We are not paying. We looking at Jacqueline. We looking at Jacqueline, and you're so good about playing okay, I'm gonna go here, get there, okay, got a cute date with David Allen Greer, and you just sneak up on us. And I feel like, and that's to me like what your I don't know if that's what your legacy is, but that's what you do. I think as an actress, as a person, you let people underestimate. You let them like kind of think you like a ninja, and then you sort of come in for the kill. And I think ever with Boomerang, I've always been like, that's a really special actress to be able to fall a little bit in the background, but then come at the end and let them remind us that you're a movie star. Like you're a movie. Like by the end of it, you're like, oh yeah, that's the girl. That's the it girl right there. So beautiful. Sure. Yeah, it's just real. But I'd love to know what was your take on your audition, and like, were you nervous? Were you like, I mean, because it's fucking Eddie Murphy, who's a huge star.
I'll say audition, but first, you know what I loved about that character of Angela is just what you said, because what I've always known is our physical selves can be whatever our physical self is.
Right.
But I've always known too that beauty is as beauty does.
Yes.
And that's what I loved about Angela. What's really attractive about her is who she is her heart. And I think no matter what the physical is, Jacqueline was way more glamorous and made it way more beautiful, but the heart wasn't as pure.
Come on. The
heart wasn't there, And for me, it was really important to play that character because I really believe in that, Physical is physical. And I've seen some really ugly people, or that people would say is, is beautiful, but they're ugly once I get to know them. And I've seen people that people would say is not attractive at all, and after I talk to them 10 minutes, I'm like, that's the most beautiful person. Wow.
Right.
Wow, their light is so bright, right? Angela had a bright light. And you didn't see her light until the end of the movie, and I loved that about her character.
Yeah, she was working with the kids. Angela loved the kids.
I know, she's a kid, She's got goodness.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
And that audition was just kind of what he said. But I had learned from auditioning for Jungle Fever. Spike wanted me to play the role of his girlfriend.
Right.
And I went in for that role because it was Spike Lee. And I thought if I could just get in the room, then I'm going to hit him with, okay, here's this audition. But can I really audition for the crack hoe? And I knew if I could get in the room, I could get the opportunity. So I took the audition for the pretty girl. And luckily, Spike let me go audition. He said, okay, go in the bathroom, wash your makeup off. And I came out and I did the crack hoe. And he was like, oh my God, you are the crack hoe.
You are the crack hoe? Is my favorite thing. I could be a crack hoe.
And so I
Wow.
learned from that audition, when you go into an audition, don't, just lay it all out.
Yeah.
Don't hold
Yeah.
anything back, because you have this one opportunity. You have
Yeah.
this one opportunity that you've been given, and go for yours and take risks, chances,
Wow.
dare to make a mistake and
Yeah.
wind up getting a job,
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I did in that audition. I knew nobody would dare go in there and slap Eddie Murphy across the
And walk out the fucking room. Amazing.
but you're gonna do it in the movie if you get the part, so why
Wow.
not start right now? So
Yo, that's amazing. And it's so crazy. It's like it's not easy to come across a lot of great roles, obviously, because it's just not out there. But
especially for us, especially for women of color,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
really not. It's really not.
yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, and I remember, the Dorothy Dandridge story. Like I remember watching that on HBO and hearing about the story about you really being a producer and making that happen yourself. But I also think what's also just really honorable about you is that you wanted to be the cracker. Like that to me, I read about that. And I was like, I respect her so much because and yes, it's the thing of playing against type and please, we've all seen whether it be Charlize Theron and Monster or whatever else, sort of like playing down the beauty. But I love that you recognize the importance of Spike Lee because I think sometimes actors don't think about directors and writers. I'm like, please know who the dope directors are and go toward them. But you did that very early on. And I think it was just so amazing that you really crafted out like something like Losing Isaiah, like is one of my favorite performances of yours. I just really, it's these really specific roles you walk toward, and looking how you look, somebody could have easily said, well, I can go this route. But I think the reason why you've had the career you've had and the longevity that you've had is because you weren't afraid to play the girl that most people walk by. Right. You often play the character that sometimes we as a Black community want to ignore. Right. Because we don't like that part of us.
Right. I don't like that part of ourselves.
And to me, what's important is that like we say crack code, but the truth is it's a woman who has an addiction, which is really a disease that we've now since learned. Yes. But the thing is, you made her a human being.
Yes.
And obviously, and Sam Jackson, obviously, what you and Sam Jackson did was just like, it's phenomenal. Those are the characters people talk about the most. Right. People rarely talk about Wesley. I'm like, Wesley was in it. They talk about you and Sam because there's something so human about you guys' connection.
Because people relate to the flawed part of characters when they see them, because we know intrinsically that we're all flawed. And we relate to that. And somehow, whether you've been a crackhead or not, you can somehow, most people can see themselves in that, or see the brokenness in that, or the fracture in that. And I think more people than not are somewhat broken from childhood, and they're overcoming a download they got when they were little. Right. Understand what that's like. And I think those characters, at least for me, are often way more relatable than other characters. And that's why I gravitate towards those characters. I want to play those kinds of characters. Yeah. I understand those kinds of characters deeply.
Yeah, deeply. Obviously. I mean, you play them with such humanity and dignity. That's what I love too. It's like you don't judge the characters you play at all. You really bring such a beautiful humanity to them. Now, I know we got like a few more minutes with you. I'm keeping your time. As we wrap up, the thing I want to bring up is Robert Townsend, just really quickly, just because I know directed you in BAPS, and he tells a story about how he got you to come do it. He's someone who I feel like is almost like an unsung hero. Yes. I think so also he's so kind and so lovely. What was your experience like working with him on that movie that would ultimately become this like, I don't like people call it a cult classic. I'm like, can it just be a classic because I can quote it. Everybody can quote it. I love that you have that space as well as Monsters Ball. But talk to me about what it was like working with him.
He was amazing. I mean, he is one of the kindest, sweetest people. Right?
It's nuts.
At some
I'm
point,
like, are you real?
Is he gonna be like this every day? And he's like that every day. And wow. I learned a lot about comedy and comedic timing with him. Like I studied at Second City. That's how I started. So I learned a little.
Did not know that. But today years old.
Yeah, in Chicago. That's how I started. But I learned so much from Robert about comedy and about being brave and taking risks and not being afraid to be big. You know what I mean? And someone like me taking the risks to be big like that, because someone like me is not supposed to be that.
Exactly.
You know? It's hard for someone to look at me and think, oh, she's funny. So he encouraged me to be funny and find my brand of funny. You know, and I'll never forget that. And I hope I get to do another comedy.
I know, you're fucking hilarious. You are. You're funny as shit. And then one more little tiny question, although it could be a big answer. The next chapter for you, like right now, here's the truth, because you could, if you wanted to, go somewhere and sit down and be like, okay, I've done it. Although that's not who you are at all. But what are people?
Huh?
You said what can people expect?
I had to sit down for the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, you sat down a little bit.
Tired.
You sat down a little bit. But what can people expect from you? I'm not gonna say nothing, but what you tell folks what you want to, them to know about what they can look for from you.
Well, I just starred in and directed my first film, and I called you when I was going to do it, and you damn near talked me out of it.
I did. I was like, I don't know, Halle. I don't know.
Out of it. You were scared for me, but let me tell you something. When I realized, because when you first told me that, I was like, oh, Lena said, don't do it. It's too hard, Halle. And you were like, Halle, are you sure? Like, it's hard. Like, you're going to have to be up at night making shot lists and shit. Do you know how hard that is? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And for about 24 hours, you paralyzed me. I was paralyzed with fear. I'm like, my dearest friend just gutted me and paralyzed me. And then when 24 hours passed, when I thought it through, I thought, I know why Lena paralyzed me. Lena's scared for me because Lena's scared. Maybe this would scare Lena. Maybe she couldn't direct a movie because Lena just got here. I've been here 30 years. And Lena just got here. So for her, that's probably scary. And I almost allowed you to put your fear on me and stop me from stepping into my own truth and stepping into my own light. You know? And when I got over that, I said, you know what, Lena? I'm going to do this, and I'm going to show you.
Come on. Maybe that was my mission all along.
And I'm not afraid to do this, and I can't wait to show you the movie.
I was so ready. I was supposed to come visit set, but I think it was like some weather stuff. I was like, we were in the same city because I wanted to come visit set. Because the truth is, I supported. I was like, I'm going to support you.
No, you didn't. Well, you did, but after you realized I was going to do it anyway, you're like, okay, Hal, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You know I'm not lying.
No, it's true. I was like, okay.
But here's the thing, and I've come to terms with this too. No matter how good or bad it is, or what people have to say, or if 2 people see it, or 20 million people see it.
No, that doesn't matter. Yeah.
I followed my own path. I followed my heart, my own truth. Yeah. And I'm stepping into the second half of my career. I just don't want to be the dancing bear forever. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I want to make movies. I want to create the art, not just be in the art. And it was time for me to step out and do what I believed I could do and how I want to spend the second half of my, of my career. Anyway. No matter what happens, I did it. And that's what matters. I faced the fear, walked into the fire, and said, I don't care what Lena Waithe says, I'm going to do it. And I did it.
Because I'm proud of you. But I do feel like it was my job to make sure that I did at least say what my truth was, which I was like, I want to make sure you walk into it knowing all the, I didn't want you to be like, why don't you tell me this is a thing? I didn't want you to call me with that. I wanted to be this is all the things. Because then I'm like, don't get mad at me.
No, I remember you were like, so Hal, have you shadowed a director? I said, nope. You said, have you done a short?
No. So that's what was scaring me. That's what was scaring me. Because I was like, okay. Because I'm a real motherfucker. I'm a real motherfucker
too. I've been shadowing directors for 30 years.
Well, technically, when you all said acting, you're acting. Shadowing.
No, but I haven't been an actor. Ask Spike or ask
Oh, okay.
Reggie, or when I work, I'm not this actor that goes in my trailer and it's like, okay, put my headphones on, call me when y'all ready, I'll be in my trailer.
Got you.
I'm out in the world. I know everybody on that set. I know
Got
all
you.
the departments. I know who heads them. I ask them questions. I'm over there looking through the camera trying to see, okay, so how's this going?
Got you.
I've always been curious my whole career. So really, I have been shadowing, not as a director, I've been learning about all the departments for 30 years.
I love it.
How they all work.
Here's a question. I'm not gonna say that you find it easy, because obviously directing is just not easy. There's problems every day. But did you find it to feel natural for you? Did you find it to feel, I don't know, how you thought it would feel? Or were there any like crazy things that you were like, oh, Lena didn't tell me about this? Because there's things I can't even predict.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I had some of the most wonderful experiences directing. I found that I loved it more when I wasn't in the scene and I just got to be the director.
That's right.
Because I also starred in it. Those scenes were taxing for me, because what I would find myself doing a lot, I'd be in the scene and I'd be watching the actor, because I spent more time preparing and writing the script, raising the money, doing the location scout. So I was more in director mode than actor mode. So I would jump in the scene as an actor and I'd be watching, like I'm watching, like, oh, wow, this is really good. I would forget that I'm in it, right?
Yeah.
So then I would have to go back and watch it, and I'll be like, oh, okay, I forgot to be in it. Let me go do that again. And just the actors. The actors are good. They're in the pocket. Now let me just go be an actor too and play with them. And I had to do that, and that was taxing. So if I direct again, and I hope I will, I doubt I'll ever be in it again. I think I will just be.
So you just answered my next question before I kick you out of here, because I don't want to fuck up your time. But that was gonna be my next question. Would you direct again and not be in it?
Yes. I probably won't be in anything. I'll be an actor or I'll be a director. This had to be this way, but I won't ever do it like this again.
Got you. Well, I can't wait to see it. And I'm glad that you said, Lena, okay, I hear you. Shut the fuck up. I'm going to do it anyway. It was definitely but here's the thing. It was a moment, I think, that really cemented us as like real friends. Because like we got like really real with each other. And it was like, but it was always felt real. But I think that was a moment where it was like, oh, okay, I'm being vulnerable right now, telling you how I feel. You were like, I'm being vulnerable, telling you like, look, this is what I want to do. And we came through it where I was like, I really supported you. I feel like even more, because I was like, look, you are confident, you believe in it, then I believe in you. If you believe in this, I believe in you. I got you, and I support you, and I can't wait for me to see it and for other people to see it.
But you know what? I love that you loved me enough to try to protect me. Like you thought I'm about to like fuck up, and that you wanted to protect me, and that's real.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that, because I know that is what your intention was. It wasn't to stop me from rising. You were trying to protect me, and
absolutely,
I love that.
True. And if people, I feel honored to be, your friend. If anybody ever want to know what it's like being Halle's friend, you have this natural instinct to want to like protect and like make sure you're good. It's because I think but you're so strong and you're very capable, but you have this thing too, which I think why you have so many fans all over the world, because I feel like that. I think the world feels like that. Everybody wants to protect you to make sure you're good. But the truth is, you are good. You're always good. And then if you ain't good, then you'll get good again. Obviously, you've shown us that.
True.
The most resilient person I know. I love you. I love you so much.
I love you too. I do. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I'm like sweating bullets in here. I'm like, can I get out of this room?
You sweat. I know. Being on live is like, it's live television. You out here, over 2,000 people in here watching us talk shit. No, you look good. You look great. You look glorious. You look rested. Kiss the babies. We chilling. Kiss the babies for me, and congrats on that amazing photo of you and all the ladies that went viral. You, Angela, Mary, Kimberly, Elise. Who am I forgetting? I don't want to forget anybody. But anyway, it was an amazing photo. So strong, so beautiful. Taraji in there.
Lynn Whitfield.
Oh, Lynn Whitfield, who's the GOAT icon. I said Mary J. Obviously I shared it, so did a bunch of other millions of people. So amazing, so beautiful. But anyway, yeah, you're an icon as well. We're gonna keep giving you your flowers while you can smell them. And Boomerang tonight.
Boomerang. I'm so proud of this show, Lena. Before I go, thank you for inviting me to be part of it.
Thank you for rocking with us.
But no, but really, it's really for the culture. And you know, Brittany was saying that people ask her all the time, "How is it connected?" It's so connected to me. Well, we talked about it before you decided to do the first episode.
Yes, we did.
It's so connected. It's the modern version of that.
Yes.
You could never redo that. But what you've done is you've created the modern version of what those characters and what their struggles were. And that's why I love it. I tune in. I'm a fan.
Thank you so much. You do. She does. She'll text me. This is good. It's good episodes. Good season. You know, and that always means the most to me is how you feel about it, because we really are trying to carry on the legacy that y'all left behind, and the fact that we can continue to go back and revisit not just Boomerang, but really all of your work. Is I think.
And Angela don't have to show up. You know that, don't you? Like.
Oh,
Angela
come on!
walk up in there.
Yo, you was directing, so we couldn't get you in this season. But come on, BET season 3, holla at us. We're gonna get Angela in there.
Come on, let's go.
We ready. We ready for you know, for Simone to kick it with her mom and have a real, you know, mother-daughter conversation. Yes. We're gonna get it done. I love you. I'm gonna let you go, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay. I'll send you some voice notes. All right.
Bye everybody, and bye everybody. Thank you for being here.
We love you. Halle Berry. Peace.
Bye.
Bye. Yo, Halle just went in. I'm gonna try to bring, let's see, we got about what? Come on, let me get Brittany back in here. Hold on. Let me do this if this is easier. Okay. Brittany, I'm trying to add you, Doc. Get Brittany back in here. We got like 10 more minutes before they cut us off. Hold on, let's see. See if Brittany will get in here.
We got about 12 more minutes. We got about 12 more.
We got like about 12 minutes. Halle was supposed to go. She was like, I gotta be good. I gotta
no,
get it. Like
she was speaking. She
was giving it to us.
Woo, she was dropping gems.
I couldn't even, like, everybody was hitting like on the comments. I was trying to like just focus. Yo, Halle's the GOAT. Halle's the fucking GOAT.
She is the GOAT.
She's the GOAT. And here's the deal. I did tell her I was a little nervous about the movie, but the thing is, I think that's a real thing. Like in relationships, you know, because I definitely didn't want to, you know, deter her from doing the movie. But I think it's true. It's like you sometimes do get nervous for your friends. For your friends. You like, it's are you sure?
And then you don't want to seem like that friend that's like not supporting them, because that's not where you're coming from. You're coming from like, you know, trying to protect.
Yes, but I think, but I'm grateful that, you know, she landed where she landed, and I was able to be supportive, and I'm also glad I got to just, like, you know, have that conversation. But that's so hilarious that we had that conversation in front of all people. I was like, wow. I was like, she gonna go there? How do you fucking go there? I said, I also, by the way, you both said, I'm a real motherfucker. I'm a motherfucker too.
Okay, she was like, I'm a real motherfucker too. Like, lean into the camera.
It's true. That's why I fuck with her, because she's so fucking real. She's the real deal.
Yeah.
And I love what she said. I love what she said about how Boomerang really, the show, is really a reflection of the movie, because the themes of that movie really are about upperly mobile Black people, friendships, and our romantic lives that
for sure
can just really be messy, can be a reflection of what we don't have, who we're trying to become. But anyway, I'm gonna get some questions in here. I know we got like
Lena, I was saying to you earlier, because y'all started talking about Robert Townsend. I said, I'm glad you accepted my request after you told me I was out of here for not saving 5 Heartbeats in that Robert Townsend.
Yes! That's right. I'm a little surprised.
I said, Lena's done with me at this point.
I'm not done, but I'm just like, whoa, do you really want to live in a world?
No, here's the thing. Me and you have the same taste in so many movies. I know that that's a shocker. We do, like, Point of Justice.
I was like,
American Dream, all that, like all of those.
But did you pick Baps? You picked Baps.
Baps, obviously.
Look, maybe because you knew who the special guest was gonna be today. You were like, I want to make sure I'm good with how.
No, Baps is life. But I think I've just seen Hollywood Shuffle more recently.
No, Hollywood Shuffle is iconic.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell y'all right here, right now, eventually I do want to go live with Robert Townsend. He and I were like DMing the other day, and I'm gonna like build up the, you know, the courage to hit him and say, do you want to go live? He was like a young thing to do, the older person. They're like, what? Live?
He did a live with his daughter though, like last week, Sky Townsend, and so
Sky
he got it.
Sky, okay. Oh, he did do a live with her.
Yes. He could do it.
I'm mad I missed that. Okay, I want to do that, because I really do. I love Robert, and I've been like, I revisited. Okay. We got over 900 people in here.
Yes, send us some questions, y'all. Sorry.
There's some questions, but also remind people what time they can watch Boomerang tonight.
10:30. Okay, 20s at 10.
Yes.
Boomerang at 10:30. Sisters at 9.
Yes, I'm about to say we got shout out Sisters who kicks off the night tonight, and then we're going into the season finale of 20s. Appreciate all the love and joy, and also y'all shout out to JoJo. It's her birthday today. So crazy that happened that way. And then we get into, I like to call it the Crystal episode. What up, Danielle Young? The Crystal episode is tonight. But the thing I want to tell you guys to please check out, you can rent it on iTunes or like Amazon or wherever. It's called Making the 5 Heartbeats. If you haven't seen this documentary, please do yourself a favor and check it out. If you're an aspiring filmmaker, if you're an aspiring artist, if you're a writer, even if you're an aspiring actor, I think it's also a really special film to check out. I got to see it in the movie theaters. It wasn't in theaters for very long, and it wasn't it wasn't available on like a lot of these sites. But Robert has made it available now. The easiest thing to do is go to iTunes and just freaking rent it. Or Amazon. I do have a deal with Amazon. Go to Amazon as well. But either way, please check it out. I know everybody's sitting at home. I know everybody's under quarantine, looking for some hope, looking for some light. And I really, because have you seen this movie? Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. I'm going to buy it.
Blue is in here. Blue is because I literally sent Blue a note saying, please watch it. Dime, I saw it with Dime, and I told Dime to rent it just to watch it again. But it's basically what it is. It's his story about how he got the 5 Heartbeats made. And if you already love the 5 Heartbeats, you're going to love it even more. I know that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
But it's true. You will love this movie even more when you find out what he went through and all the blood, sweat, and tears that he left behind to get this movie made. And also how this movie, I'm not giving too much away by saying this, but the movie was not a box office hit, because you can go Google that.
Right.
It wasn't a box office hit, which was something I didn't know. And again, it's called Making the 5 Heartbeats. Making the 5 Heartbeats. And just the story of how it really became this classic. Because if you ask anybody sort of that, wasn't old enough to go see the movie when it came out, as a Black person, what's the top 10 iconic Black movies? 5 Heartbeats is going to be in there. And I really want people to go check that movie out. I think it's going to move you, and it's going to make you, just not give up on whatever your dream is. Because it also took him a long time to get it made too. But anywho, so that's just my recommendation.
And I think for me, I'm going to have to watch The Making and then rewatch them. I just haven't seen the movie in a long time. So when he posted that, I was just going off of my instinct. And then Lena now hates me because I don't. Because I
could never love you unconditionally. I'll ask you, if it's not giving anything away too much, what's your favorite moment in tonight's episode? If it doesn't give away too much. I have a lot of favorite moments, but
and I want to hear one of yours that's not giving anything away.
Okay.
I think one of my favorite moments, and it's because of the behind the scenes, is when Crystal's in the market in Kansas. Because I got to be a part of like a special effect moment that I've never gotten to do as an actress. Like the creation of a moment. If that's not saying too much.
No, I don't think it is. I think one of my favorite moments is actually in the trailer for tonight's episode. Is when she goes up to the front desk and she's talking to the young lady.
Bar none.
Because I may not have been on a trip by myself, but I've gone to countries where obviously I do not speak the language. And there's something about when they know you're an American and you don't speak the language of where you at. You just are like a struggle bus.
You are trash to them. They have nothing for you.
Why?
And the funniest thing about the trailer is I don't know how it shows up in the episode, but when we were filming it, we could not hold, because I would walk up to that lady just so chipper, like, I sure am, and that girl would turn to me and say,
she was great
every time.
Do we know her? What's her name? Like, please.
Her name is Camille. Doctor, you can say it. We made it rain. Yes, we made rain in the episode. And I had never like been a part of like a special effects like fake rain moment. That was really cool to me.
So literally made it rain.
I think her name was Camille or something. Dime
knows. Or maybe Dime might be like, no, I don't.
She was everything.
Also, people. Let's also be clear. Apparently, Dime has the blue check next to her. I didn't even know this.
Oh yes, she does.
When did this happen?
Camille. Yes, she got
Camille. Her name was Camille.
Also, can I say a little tidbit of another behind the scenes thing?
Yes, please.
So being in France, amen, and filming, everyone was
like, you rub it in.
No, everyone's like, you got to go to Paris. That's so cool. Yes, it's cool, but let me say this. All the crew on the ground was hired in France. Bless them, they were amazing. But that included hair and makeup. Amen. Now I have braids in the episode, so we're good on hand.
That's right. Look, the braids look great.
Praise. But because, you know, when Black girls, we take a trip, we do a braid. That's just, we have to pay homage to that. That's what we do.
Come on.
But the makeup, amen. In France, they don't quite do makeup the way we do it. A full coverage, a concealer, a contour. They don't quite go in. So I just want everybody to check out my face in tonight's episode, because some of the shots, I did that myself.
I was about to say, I was like, you look great. So, so you had to kind of like step in.
I had to go behind, sis.
Oh, you know what? That's what I'm saying. That's a real issue, though. Yeah, that's a real issue with Black actresses and like people not having their makeup together, and it's not good. Well, look, that's why that's a little sign to actresses. If you Black actress, know how to beat your own face.
Yes, indeed.
Just in case they send you. Oh, that's right. That's it. Know how to beat your own face, just in case. Bow, bow. That's it.
I need it on a shirt. It's good. I need it on a shirt.
Look at Don. Like, makeup was a problem with Britt Slater on makeup. I can even tell me this.
Yes.
I'm hearing about this for the first time.
I'm snitching. It's not.
No, I'm just saying, like, I didn't even know. Please, there's probably so much stuff going on. She's like, probably like, look, Brittany can beat her face.
Listen, it was great though. We got through it. They were really great. All the crew was amazing, but it was just like, listen, they don't do makeup the same way. It's a cultural thing.
I got you. Well, look, I love this episode so much, and I know it's about to cut us off in like 2 minutes. But I just want to tell you how proud of you I am, how proud of Dime I am, Anjali. I mean, this episode is really special. I remember seeing the cut, obviously very early, and just being really moved by it. And I just haven't seen us that way on a TV show. And obviously Dime shoots so beautifully and so with so much intention that I think you can really feel it. You can really feel this journey that she goes on. And I think to me, it's a beautiful thing for you, because we've gone on a journey with you as a person, as an actress. And I think for women to see, for Black women to see this episode in particular tonight, to see you traveling abroad, really trying to find your way to yourself and finding a little bit of, there's some sparks that kind of maybe happen. We shall see. You guys in.
We shall see.
But I think it's really beautiful, and I think that it should not be so rare that we have an episode like this on television. But there's just some beautiful, beautiful moments, emotionally and just also aesthetically. So I'm excited. Remind me again when you let us off.
10:30, 10 o'clock 20, 10:30 Boomerang, 9 o'clock Sisters. It's Wednesday night TV. We love y'all. Thank you for watching.
Yes, we love y'all. Thank you. I love you, Brittany. I'm proud of you.
Thank you for everything. You changed my life. I'm obsessed with you. You know this.
Well, look, that feeling is mutual. The feeling is mutual.
Yes,
that's the thing. Because actors say, "Oh, this person, they change your life." Like, well, you change our lives.
My God,
y'all bring these characters to life. But thank you so much again. Shout out to Dime Davis, who directed tonight's episode.
Yes, Dime Davis.
Shout out to Anjali, who wrote tonight's episode. And shout out to you, Brittany, who is the center of tonight's episode. And shout out to Paris.
Shout out to Paris. Get well soon.
Get well soon. I love y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. And also stay tuned. We got 2 DJs coming up. They're going to be spinning DJ Ula. And I don't know Takara's DJ name. I forgot it. But 2 queer Black women spinning some tunes for y'all. So go ahead, plug your phone into your beats and groove with us and rock with us.